This morning I'm at the Otter Slough Trailhead in the Withlacoochee State Forest, which is part of the Jumper Creek Wildlife Management area. And this is kind of a really weird trip for me, because the last time I was here was about 6 years ago when I got lost here. And I'll get into more of those details in a little bit. But so this is going to be interesting. I haven't been back since I got lost, back in those days when I was a rookie and wasn't too prepared when I went into the woods. But let's see how this goes today. When I came here 6 years ago, I just started to get back into hiking and camping and all that stuff, and it was a hot summer day and I didn't bring any water or anything, and this place just really doesn't have any markings for trails and things like that. And now that I'm back 6 years later, I still don't see a lot of markings for trails. So I have more wisdom now. I'm not as green as I was 6 years ago. And I'm already wondering what to do here. I'm very, very gun shy because of my experience getting lost here. So I'm going to take it easy and use all kinds of, I got my compass, I have a couple ideas, breadcrumbs you could say, keep an idea on where I'm at. So I'm going to head in, and hopefully, I'm hoping there's some trail markers on here. But I have a cool idea for trail markers that I'll share with you later. Alright, I'm going to venture in, and hopefully everything will be alright. I came up with a good idea if you're going into unfamiliar territory or if you're lost to mark your trail. Just remember to, on your way back, to take all these things off. It's just another good use for duct tape. Is I'm walking this trail right now. I'm going to put a little piece of duct tape here on this tree, and I will, on my way back, definitely take that off. But it's a good and safe way to make sure you don't get lost. You can see that there. So that's another good way, another use for duct tape, and it should definitely be in everyone's backpack because it has a billion uses. But here's just another one, marking a trail in an emergency. As you can see, I'm on what I would call a semi-trail. There's not a lot of markings on this at all. There's some really nice cranes out there though. Cranes are neat to see. But yeah, the trails here are really sketchy. I even found, I know this is a big hunting place. It looks like even a hunter has his own unique way to trail mark this area here. You put a little shotgun shell, a used shotgun shell, on the tree, kind of keep an idea of where he's at. But you can see how easy it would be to get lost in the saw palmetto in there. I don't know, there's just a weird, funky vibe about this place. As you can see here, there is a trail here, but I have yet to see any trailblazers at all. Blazers. So you can see how easy it can be to get lost, and that's why, again, an emergency use for the duct tape comes in handy. Obviously, if you had a bright color, it would be better, but all I had was blue. Blue blaze. Maybe I should blaze a trail myself. Again, still no trail blazes. So I'm out in the open area now after leaving a little bit of a woodsy area there. A hunter has something marked there, so I'm going to use that. I found an empty shotgun shell and I put that on a branch too. There's a lot of stuff you can use to kind of use as breadcrumbs. And then I just made here an arrow showing me to make sure I make a left on my way back instead of, because there's two trails here. The one will take me back to the trailhead, and then I'm gonna head in a little bit more. Kind of getting a little bit of post-traumatic stress disorder here, because things are starting to remember where I made that wrong turn, or things just look very familiar to when I got lost here. I remember right around this area here taking a picture of a really huge frog, and I mean, it was the biggest frog I ever saw, and this looks like it was the place. And then I made that turn into the saw palmetto thickets, and it got bad from there, you know. But like I said, I didn't bring any water. It was hot. The thing that really saved me was I had resisted getting a cell phone for so long. I finally just got one recently, and I ended up getting heat exhaustion. And I remember I was getting ready to take a picture of this beautiful Luna moth, and I just went down for the count. I just fainted. I knew I was fairly close to the trailhead, so I had to call someone to find me. So had that experience. It's a scary experience, you know. I wasn't deep out in the middle of the Rocky Mountains or anything, but it's a humbling and a scary experience to get lost in the woods. And hopefully I learned something from it. I'm constantly leaving markers as I go in. Just make sure you're always prepared when you go out in the woods. Like I said, that was when I was a rookie. So hopefully I've learned a thing or two. And this is where things can get scary when you're on an unmarked trail. Because as you can see here, everything begins to just look the same. And you walk 20 feet from here and everything looks the same. It's hard to find just the little trail that you do find without blazes. And when I was lost, it was summertime, so the plant life was much lush than it is now. So time for another blue duct tape blaze. And this is where I made my mistake. About 6 years ago, I was really into, well, I'm still into caving, but I was like almost obsessed with it 6 years ago. So whenever I would find clues like large boulders, limestone boulders, I'd be like, oh, there could be a cave around here. And I went down this really dim trail off of this unmarked dim trail, and that just led to being lost in Jumper Creek. And I'm not going to go down there today. This trail is bad enough, and I'm breadcrumbing it with duct tape, and even a lot of the hunters have it marked heavily with that hunter tape that they use. But wow, it's like some post-traumatic stress for me. It wasn't as traumatic as it was just embarrassing for me to have to be, you know, someone come out to find me, even though I was so close to the trailhead. And but no water, heat exhaustion. I'll just never forget that, getting ready to take a picture of a Luna moth and just collapsing and fainting. Thank God I had that cell phone with me. You know, I love my swamps, I love hiking, I do some crazy hikes, but there's just something about this place that just really gives me the creeps. Just a really bad vibe. Maybe it's just the experience I had being lost in here. This preserve's named after Chief Jumper, who was a warrior in the Seminole Wars in the 1830s, 1840s. And I don't know, maybe there's some sort of curse on this place or something. But it's just I don't know. I always feel comfortable in the woods, like putting on a nice pair of nice warm jacket, but I don't know, this place is just creeping me out again. I think I'm done with my return to Jumper Creek. It's a beautiful place, but there's just a vibe. I don't know. I hope I get out okay. I did the best I can marking the trails. Wish me luck. Just remember, if you use this duct tape thing, make sure you take the duct tape with you.